bodies. Oh, it's funny. You finna walk away. Oh, you finna walk away. You ain't got nothing to say now. Like it's not. You ain't got nothing to say. Stop doing this. Stop walking. Stop doing this. Stop trying me. Stop doing this goofy stuff. Crazy. I'm pregnant. I'm finna forget you.
All right, CO, start the show.
What up, what up? It's the CO Show podcast. I am your host, CO, and it is a new year.
Yes, sir.
2022 is here.
Woo!
And Rachel is bringing the same bullshit from the ladies that was in 2021.
I'm going to break a damn wrist coming across that table smacking that thing.
Rachel, you told us that you had a statement about guys that you wanted to talk about.
Oh, yes.
Bring it up.
Okay.
Julio, how you doing in 22? Why you should bring that?
I'm doing great. Have a new job I'm getting ready to start.
Okay.
Getting a whole new bag. That IT bag is way different, buddy.
Julio's bringing it back.
Yeah, I'm a new software engineer for a Fortune 100 company.
Oh, okay. So you buying that 28-acre land for her?
Not yet. It don't buy that bag ain't that fucking big. Thinking about some red bottom sneaker, you know.
Okay.
Start small.
Rachel can teach you where to go.
Exactly.
She got some.
Exactly. So I have a question for you men.
This will be good.
All right. So this is from somebody on Instagram who said, men don't say it's over. They misbehave till you get tired and walk away. It's called constructive breakup. They do this so they can come back and access you whenever they want to. Back to you in the studio.
Did a woman? First question: did a woman write that?
That was my question too.
Yes, it was from a woman. Her name is Betty Pendo.
Okay.
Is that true?
That shit applies to somebody 30 and under.
I just say 30 and under?
Because by 30.
30 and under for the man or for the woman?
30 and under for the man.
Oh, okay.
I'm going off the behavior of the man. Like, I don't think he's probably haven't matured yet to be able to communicate, hey, I want to do this. I'm not saying it don't exist, it do. But I would assume by 30, you know how to communicate and say, hey, I don't want to do this shit no more. You go your way, I go my way. At least the ones who want to have they windows intact, shit like that, where you're not causing the woman to feel like she got to do shit to get your attention and can't understand why you got 30 other chicks now calling you.
Okay.
Just saying.
Well, her name is Betty, so she's probably in her 50s. Betty is probably not.
She don't look it.
Okay.
She got named by.
Betty is probably catfishing. Anyway.
That's probably a dude named Ronaldo.
Betty got her niece on there. Anyway,
Is that true though? Men don't really say it's over.
I think that there's a group of men that won't say it's over. I think they'll just do their own thing. And eventually it'll end. Because women sometimes hold on to what was versus what is.
Oh, that's
the
a whole word.
The potential of the man.
A whole word now. Speaking the truth.
No, and
2022 got you being honest.
Somebody that came out their motherfucking shell on here. Go ahead, man.
No, I'm really intrigued by this. Finish telling the truth for the men.
I think that if a woman hears a man tell the truth, she may wake up and just be like, oh, it's over. But I do, and I don't know if that men do it on purpose just so they can come back. I just think it's kind of something that some men do sometimes. It's just like, they won't man up, grow some balls, and just be like, look, bro, it's over. Like, I don't really want to do this anymore.
So, or you're not the one.
Yeah, you're not the one. Because they don't. Sometimes you don't want to hurt their feelings. Sometimes you don't really have a better option yet. And sometimes it's just immaturity. Like he said, the young lady, I don't think that's always the case. Some people, I don't know, like some people just don't always tell their truth in relationships or in dating.
Okay.
But I do think that they're probably very young and they just haven't matured. I don't think it's a under 30 thing. Because I think that there's guys in their 40s. I think there's guys in their 50s that are.
Oh, I was trying to get the big picture, but it's people that's 60 years old that are fucking immature.
Nah, if she's 60, hang it up.
Hey, I found out
that a 60-year-old to an 80-year-old is a young buck.
Hey, he just getting into the nursing home. You know, shit.
I just feel like, it's a new year, 2022. If that person is not serving any part of your life or they don't add to you or bring anything, why keep it going? It's, cut them off.
They do add something. They add Pound Town. I get to go to Pound Town.
And see, no. We not doing that in 2022.
I'm just telling you why they didn't communicate it.
I hope we answered your question.
Oh, yes, y'all did.
In new news, the CDC shortens COVID quarantine isolation time. It was 10 days. Now it is cut down to 5 days. So you can get back outside because if you're exposed, you won't miss as much as you did before.
Do y'all think we're going to have another shutdown?
Nope. I do not think that Republicans are open to a shutdown. I don't even think Democrats are open to a shutdown at this point.
Okay, let's bet on it.
No,
let's bet. I'm willing. How long you want to go? How long is the bet?
I
A
feel
year?
like we are going to be in another shutdown, but it may be like a week.
What would be the purpose of just a week?
Just because I feel like we out here doing a lot.
Yeah.
And it's rising.
But what is becoming of the rising cases?
What is becoming
There's
of it?
more people dying.
More people dying.
Not at the pace that it needs to for a shutdown. Like people, when we initially had a shutdown, people were like in New York, they showed
But they're going back to phase
people.
1.
But what's
They're
really phase 1?
Like requiring masks. They're canceling flights.
No, but
that's due to people being sick.
They're only canceling flights because the people who work for the airline are sick and they're short-staffed.
Yeah.
They're not doing it for the people who are flying. They don't care about that. They're not giving out no more money. This is why I say we're not shutting down. The government ain't giving out no more money. Sorry.
Now I would say
happening. The $1,200 y'all got, the $600 y'all got, and whatever the third one was for the people who got it. It ain't happening no more.
Certain things are being affected. For example, something that's affecting me personally. We have in April we have a cruise coming up.
Okay.
Yes.
There are ports that are shutting down that are not letting people in.
Yeah.
And I'm still holding out hope that I'm able to take that. And then I have another one in June, and that motherfucker's out of Italy. I really need that shit to pop off. Like I really needed to be able to go there. I want because I'm going to Italy, Spain, and France.
Oh, that's what's up.
You can just buy your flight direct.
Mine is through. I got it with the cruise through Norwegian. They offered us the whole package.
I know you said y'all got like a virtual game. Are you able to do a virtual game and look at Italy in case the trip doesn't happen?
I'm gonna virtually choke your ass out with this motherfucking cord. Like what we ain't gonna do is not. It ain't gonna be. Matter of fact, it ain't gonna be virtual.
It took me like a few seconds to understand.
Options for you, Julio.
I was like,
See,
nigga, I ain't played video games in a while.
Get a virtual
So
game.
if one day Rachel just ain't here for like shows on shows, I didn't do it.
Just get a virtual game.
So that was this video that came out, and we will play it right here.
So we both pay bills, but he pays for all of them because my check direct deposits into his account. So he can like have all the money in one place and we can save and stuff. And he like has investments that he invests our money into. He gives me an allowance of $100 a week. Like if I need more, I can ask for more, but normally it's just like $100 a week for like food and like random stuff I want to buy. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We both pay for stuff, but he handles all the money as the man should.
Yeah. That video right there.
Oh, I understand what's going on.
A young lady stated, as you saw, her
Her fucking
man
head is
pays
about
all
to
the
explode.
bills. He handles the money. She has her check deposited directly into his account every single time she gets paid. She didn't say how often she gets paid, but every time she gets paid. And the comments for the young ladies lit into her ass. They basically stated, oh, he's your father. I guess from the whole standpoint of he gives you an allowance. It's kind of similar to back in the day when my grandmother and grandfather were together. Like he gave her his check every single payday. She handled the bills off of his check. And his spending money came from like he would cut grass and do people's lawns on the weekend. And that was, as a man, his spending money. We want to know, as a young lady right there, she explained what works for her relationship. And we don't know if she's married.
So she gives a check to him, though? Her check to him?
It goes
because
into one
a
account.
man should handle.
It goes into one account.
Okay.
A man should handle the bills.
Mm-hmm.
We want to know, do you plan on doing that in your marriage or relationship?
I mean, that is, I just feel like what I make is what I make.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, see, I don't want to give secrets out on this. I'm giving secrets.
Oh,
No, trust me.
I need to give some, I need to help these women out.
Uh-huh.
Always keep a separate account. Even if it's like hidden, just always keep something. I just feel like because that whole joint account thing, if something goes awry, if something goes wrong,
Mm-hmm.
okay, for instance, if you're building on something, you have a joint account, and yes, say you took out money and you're like, oh, babe, I went and bought a boat,
Okay.
and you didn't ask her.
All right.
That's a problem.
Okay.
Do you see where I'm going here? That's a problem.
Oh, I
Like,
haven't given my synopsis
Oh,
on
okay.
this,
Well,
but
I
please.
just feel like no. She should make when she makes her money, that is her money. Now, as a man, I do believe that you should step up and pay the bills of the house. I do believe that. I do. I mean, I feel like you should. I feel like you should. Now, obviously, as a woman, you're living there. That if that's your husband, you need to be doing stuff too. But I'm saying, as a man, you should want to provide. You're a provider.
Mm-hmm.
A man is a provider.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm making my money and it's going into our account, which I don't even agree with that one, our account, I just feel like, I don't know. I don't agree with that.
Cool beans. Now, I'll preface this by saying what works in your house works in your house.
That's true.
Everything doesn't work the same for everybody because I hear shit and I'm like, it don't work for me, but that's in your house.
Yeah.
Okay. So in our house, up into this new bag that I am getting, my wife has made more than me because she had that IT bag for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we in our house, what works for us is we split shit 50-50. That's the agreement we came upon. That what worked for her. That's what works for me. Now, we do have separate accounts. We actually don't have a traditional joint account. We don't have one that I think is a joint account.
Okay.
She has hers. I have mine. I know what she makes. She knows what I make. And you're absolutely right. If the guy went in and bought a boat, didn't say anything, whatever it was,
problem.
it's a fucking problem. It's the same for her.
Yeah.
Now, what I think she's trying to explain without saying it is she's doing what he was talking about, what his grandfather would do. She would take out a certain amount and they're building together. It sounds one way because he didn't speak and she just simply said, I'm putting all the money into his account. He's controlling. He's simply just paying the bills and taking care of whatever investments, because she did say investments.
So what is what money
She
is?
never said he didn't. So let's assume that his money's going in there too. He's taking care of the household, and this is her play money to do whatever she wants outside of what they need to get the house built. That's what I'm hearing from that. Now, I've said on the long lines of what you're talking about, I can't wait to make my wife a stay-home mom. I don't have that type of bag, so we still 50-50 in this bitch in some way, shape, form, or fashion.
I just really wanted to get Rachel's take on it. When
That's
I heard
my
it,
take.
I thought that I heard it. I thought that women would not agree.
Yeah, I don't agree with it.
A lot of times, people won't get it unless you're like really married or living together in a relationship. And
But
you're
even
deep into
still,
something.
haven't you lived with somebody?
Yes.
And have you done that? Have y'all had a joint account?
Yes. I haven't done that where I dump my check into a whole account.
Okay.
But I've had a situation where we pay bills out of one account.
Well, that's a little different. I'm talking about like actually sharing an account together.
That's what I mean. It's joint.
Now, you
We're not all our money is joint. No. But I've had
well, it
the...
sounds like all their money is joint.
now,
well, they laid up in the bed together.
That doesn't mean anything.
I'm just saying they look married. I don't
Laid
know
up
if
in
they're
the
married or
bed.
not. I'm just saying to you, like you said, what people do that works for them works for them. I don't expect everybody to understand that. If that works for them, cool. I don't really know what she's buying for $100 a week. 100. Let me not say that because people probably can watch. Never mind. No, let's just say $100
Yeah.
ain't really getting you far.
Maybe she a
in
homebody
today's
and don't
day.
do a lot. Cause
And
that,
maybe so.
maybe.
I'm just saying, even gas is high, groceries are high, and maybe those are the things.
it could be a trip for
purchasing.
nails,
Maybe-
and then like maybe I don't know.
Maybe they have gas cards. Maybe he has an account for groceries. I don't really know.
Okay.
I just understand that works for them, and I know that in today's day and time, with a lot of women don't usually seem like they're interested in going 50-50 on anything. Women kind of seem like they want to be old school when it works for them. It's like, you said a man's a provider. A lot of women say that. But I think that if you really want to get down to it and, okay, a man's a provider, let's talk about what a woman is. Because I don't think a lot of women are living up to who they are supposed to be.
She is a nurturer.
Do you cook?
Yes.
Do you clean?
Of course. Yes. My place is clean and spotless.
Yeah, you ain't got kids yet though, so I don't think you do. You don't got kids, right?
Yeah, you're asking her who she is right now.
Yeah. So
I'm
that's-
talking about
But
who
I
she
mean,
is.
even if I did have kids, I couldn't live in a dirty place.
Yeah.
dirty and messy, two different things. I get the dirty. Messy is
But
gonna
even
be,
messy, because
I mean-
my car is like a rental. I keep my ar like a rental.
Let me ask you this.
And so there's no clothes.
Let me ask you this. Let's say you met a guy and he, this is hypothetical. He could afford to basically make you a stay-at-home mom,
Okay.
but you had dreams. Let's say you had dreams of you wanted to do something as a career, but he was like, nah, that ain't really what I need you to do. I need you to be at home, take care of these kids. Are you willing to give up your dreams?
I have a problem with that.
Huh? But
I have a problem with that.
That's where I try to explain to people is you want a man to be traditional, but a lot of times traditional guys who can actually
That's true.
afford to make you
Yeah,
that.
that's true.
It's like you aren't willing to do the things that it takes to be the traditional woman and be his woman.
I can agree with that to an extent because I do agree that yes, those men that can't afford to make you a stay-at-home wife would want you to stay at home.
Yes.
You know, they don't want you to pursue because you kind of see it in certain relationships where the woman starts to have her own money and then all of a sudden you see these relationships fall apart.
Yeah.
Or they get a divorce.
Yeah.
And it's really because all along she's been soaring and he doesn't know how to handle that.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know,
That's not who he met.
that's not who he met. And my thing is, you know, what did you think? She was just gonna stay in that place?
Yeah, because she didn't tell him that beforehand.
Yeah. And I understand people change. People change their mind. And I don't think because you changed your mind about what you want to do in life means you no longer want to be in a relationship or marriage. I understand that people change. I just think that when people talk about what they want in a man, I do not think they think it all the way through.
Well, I just think it's more so. I mean, do y'all believe that this is kind of like, I guess, more like the modern woman? Do you think this is why marriage is becoming harder these days? Because
In our
the
community?
modern woman is more career-driven, focus-driven. And so when she's making more, you know, and having these opportunities, she's not going to be your stay-at-home, you know, woman.
No, I think people go in with this unrealistic idea of what the fuck marriage is.
Yeah.
I really do. Like, you can't tell me about it till you've been through it, and then you have to be through it successfully. Now, I understand people may just get divorced. Just because you got divorced doesn't mean you didn't do what you were supposed to do and it couldn't have been successful. The other person could have been an asshole. But you can't sit there and tell me, oh, this is what it's going to be, because until you in it, like I hear women, well, I ain't taking out the trash. Fuck you mean you ain't going to take out the trash? Ma'am, you see the shit overflowing. Run that shit out to the can. Now, in my house, I have older boys, so it's their job to do it. But if she sees it, she'll take it out. It's not a big deal. But I've heard, that just something that simple.
Well, I agree and disagree a little bit on what Julio just said. I do think that you need to have been a person to been through it to like really give real good information on it. I do not think you had to be successful, because I think that to be successful in a marriage, it doesn't mean the marriage always lasted. Like,
Right.
Because if you could be with a guy and he just continuously cheats on you, you don't need to stick around to be able to give good advice on marriage. Like,
true.
you can leave and still give good advice on marriage.
That's where the
Like,
a-hole comes in, what I'm saying.
I don't think you have to
Right.
be successful at it. I think sometimes people take away your possibility of being successful at it as far as that.
Right.
I also think that in today's society, I hear a lot of what a man is supposed to be. And I hear a lot of women want equality. So for a man,
No, you don't.
the message I do.
No, they don't want equality.
But I'm gonna get to it. Women want equality where it benefits them in the workplace. I want to be able to go out and do what my friends do. I want to be able to do this, do that. But they don't want equality when it comes to paying bills. Because if you talk to somebody who says a man is supposed to be a provider, she's going to look at you and be like, oh, 50-50, we ain't roommates. Like, that's what you'll hear.
I mean, it is kind of like almost like a roommate
but hold
situation to me.
But everything about it is a roommate situation. Because if you stay with somebody, they go from being in another room to in your room. It is what it is. But where men have have this issue is we're looking at women and they're saying we want equality on one end, but then you want a man to pay for everything on the other end. It's like, which one you want? Because you seem like you only want equality when it benefits you. When it does not benefit you, now you want your story changes, and it's like now
Gigi,
I
where
want.
are you?
Huh?
Oh no, go ahead.
now I want. Now I want this person who's a provider, and I don't mind being the provider, but are you ready to be
Provided
what
for
comes along with that? Yeah, because it's more than just sitting back with your hand out like, let me go shopping today.
I don't think it's about. I don't think that's what the women, when we say that, we're like, oh, we're just sitting around going shopping. I just think that
you don't really want to pull out your purse.
I mean, to me, that's kind of like tacky to me.
Okay, cool. Here goes. Two working people, because a lot of people, there's very few people who achieve a six-figure income. There's more people who make 40 and 50,000 in six figures. So let's say both of them are equally yoked, and they're making 70. Let's say 70,000 each. He's paying all these bills in the suburbs. So I mean, he has a couple bucks left over. What the fuck is she doing with her money? Because she's not paying bills in this scenario. What the fuck is she doing with the money that she's not spending?
I was in a situation where with my ex, like, we had a home together.
Okay.
And he paid everything, like all the bills in the house. And we had like a 4-bedroom home, and I was working, but he was paying for everything. And, you know, he bought me nice things too. And he never asked me to pay anything. And it worked out fine until it didn't. So
and I would tell him the same thing you would tell Ari.
Like, it worked out fine until it didn't.
You see, now she got another nigga flying her out, and you paid all those bills.
Right,
No, this was before the other one.
No, I get that part. I'm just saying you had a message for Ari when she bought that land. Like, don't be buying somebody, don't be spending all this money on somebody who you just in a relationship. It's the same message. It's the same. And for me, I don't have a problem with him doing what he did. This is for shits and giggles.
Well, no, so this is, and I do want to say this real quick. So when I first met this guy, he literally was like, "Are you good?" Okay. And he was like, "What do you need? You need your bills? You need what? Like, are you good?" That was the first time I had somebody like really like ask me that. Not just buying me a bag or shoe. He was like, "No, what do you need?" And I was like, and he was like, "Whatever you need. I don't want you to have to just go out with me and bills aren't paid at home. Or you're not good at home. I'm going to make sure you're good at home before we just go out somewhere."
That part is what I try.
And I respect that.
That part is what I try to tell girls. A lot of times when girls get flown out, it's like you see a lot of girls in my past that I've seen, and me and my friends talk about. You get flown out, and then you get out there, and y'all don't work out, and you stuck because you don't have the money to either get home or you don't have the money to move like you want to move. So it's like, stop running around with guys who just buy you a ticket because they want to fuck or they want you to hang out with them. It's like, if you broke, make that nigga give you a check. first. I always say that. Make him give you some money. Like, why you going to hang out and party and you broke?
And you don't
like
have
what
it
is
in
there
your
to
account.
what is there to celebrate?
Yeah.
Like, it's a real thing. Like, what are you celebrating outside of being broke? And then you come home. And another thing, I've seen girls on Instagram. When Instagram, maybe a couple of years ago, I would always see girls on there selling like designer bags, and I'm like, why are they always selling bags?
Because they got to pay rent.
And it's like, okay, so you went out, you partied, these guys bought you bags, they didn't give you no money.
And they don't have
and now you ain't got
rent to
no
pay.
money, but your value is
rent.
in these bags, so you're trying to sell them to get some money. It's like, it's ass backwards.
I've seen it, yeah.
And it's like, bro, go get you some money. Then go get flown out and all that. But I don't have a problem with him doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
I think more guys should be like that.
I totally agree.
I do think that the reality is it's not. The reality is when you look at the numbers and statistics on how much men and women make in the black community, in the white community, Asian, you have to be realistic. And I think that guy set a standard for you.
He did. And I think that messed it up for a lot of men. Sorry.
But you,
like he did.
I think a lot of times, all women don't have that luxury.
That's true.
They don't, because a lot of guys don't make the kind of money to be able to look at you and be like, what you need? Your bill's good. They barely making their own bills.
Facts.
So it's like, they barely even take you out on dates. And I get it, when you grind, you trying to get somewhere, you got to do what you got to do. I just think that it's an unrealistic
and why is that?
expectation.
Is chivalry like, why aren't dudes taking women out on dates anymore?
Because
What's
they don't.
up with
because
that?
there's no value in taking women out on dates.
You know what I once
Y'all
heard
kill
from a
chivalry.
man is that he said the reason why he stopped taking women on dates because he felt like he was just feeding them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
And
been
I
used.
was like, are you serious?
But in college, I do know some girls who would had a refrigerator.
But I
And-
feel
no,
like
hold
if
on,
you
hold on.
have to think like that.
No, but hold on. I remember these girls in college had a refrigerator in their apartment, and they had a list of guys on that refrigerator, and these were their go out
Those
to
were the
eat
food
guys.
dudes.
Yes, and they would pick one every single day.
Okay.
So yes,
So we
that's
do
why
have
he carried-
categories. Yes,
Yes.
we do.
Absolutely. See, then why do you don't have that question if you know
You know the answer.
You already know. You can't treat people like shit and use people. And I'm not saying you. I'm just saying as a gender, you can't treat people like shit, and this goes for men too.
Yeah.
You can't treat them like shit, use them up, and then
I respect
wonder
that.
why they're not taking you serious, or they have an attitude towards you, or they're going in a different direction, or whatever. You can't, like, you already know the answer to the question you're asking. If that is the behavior that you've had, or the behavior that you've even seen, it's like, and for me, with you, it's like you can't. You've had a standard set for you, and it's a dangerous standard because you're holding a bunch of people to a standard, and you can have it
You're saying
if it's working for you. But if you send that message out and all women are walking around thinking like that, it's gonna be a whole bunch of bras by themselves when they're older. It's just simple as that. It just is.
Facts.
It is.
Hey,
And
it's more y'all than there is a dude. So, keep acting up. You can be around this bitch 60 years old.
I'm just being, and I'm not saying you have to lower your standards.
I was about to say, I'm not settling.
I'm just saying you have to be realistic. That's all. Like, be realistic. Like, if everybody's running around looking for somebody who makes this amount of money, and the numbers say a P amount of people are making this amount of
But
money,
I don't think we're
it's like,
saying that. I think we're just saying put in the effort. It's the action.
But you can't put into action if you don't make that type of money. And then the dudes,
No, you could do something.
and then the dudes they be looking for.
You can go to
What'd you give a
Target
Christmas?
and
What'd you give
go-
a Christmas? They don't sell reds at Christmas. Sorry. I mean, at Target. I'm sorry. They don't
you
sell
can
red
get
bottoms at Target.
cards.
Huh?
It's just something.
You know that some girls don't like flowers? All bullshit aside. They find that as cheesy as hell.
Okay.
I'm just
We'll
being
find out
honest.
what she likes.
Yeah.
Maybe she likes going on trips. She likes getting flown out to fucking Paris.
I mean, not
And if you
every-
can't do
I
it,
just-
you broke. Just
But
say
I
that.
feel like there's levels.
Hmm?
There's levels. Obviously, if she's talking to a guy that's not making or in that percentage, she knows what he can do.
What if he can do, but he's not into that type of stuff? Like, some
You know
dudes
the
who's
funny-
not into
Well, then
it.
he needs to learn.
You know the funny
He
part
needs
about
to
that
learn.
is-
Maybe that's not his lifestyle to figure out. Like, he doesn't see the importance in red bottom. You know, I'm not picking on you. I'm just
or
saying.
not red bottom.
But just trips and stuff like that ain't the type of stuff that he's into.
But the Julio, you know the funny part about all this? Guys who really got bread, when you get to a certain amount of money, girls don't even require that of you. Like, that's the crazy part. Like, they require it of niggas who don't really got it like that. But once you get to a certain level, they'll let you hit, and you ain't even gotta do nothing. It's just really off of the fact that you already got it. You ain't gotta spend it. It's the weirdest thing in the world.
So you mean like Simon?
Huh?
Simon
Who?
the African dude, Simon.
But he's doing.
Oh
stuff
no,
for
Simon's
her.
African.
No,
He's
he's
tricking.
actually
He's
doing
definitely
stuff
tricking.
for her.
He's in the African community.
Yeah.
That's what he leads with.
Yeah.
Tricking.
Oh my god.
Like,
They-
absolutely.
Yeah, like,
he's
doing stuff for
Yeah,
her.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't talking about Porsche. I was talking about the other ones.
No, he's tricking with them too.
Yeah,
Even
he
the girl
is.
we had on here.
Yeah, he
He's
is
definitely-
definitely.
That ain't really in his realm of money. That's pocket change.
I mean, it's pocket
but
change. It's
it's
pocket change for a
pocket
lot of
change.
them, but it's still tricking
he's
at the
still
end of the
doing
day.
stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Ain't tricking.
And she's gonna walk around with the expectation. It's like, okay, this nigga over here, he gave me $2,500 or he gave me $2,000. What you giving? Simple as that.
Giving your ass the Heisman.
Anyway, that's our time for the day, y'all. Gigi will be back next week.
Yes, sir.
Rachel, let them know to find you at.
You can find me
Break
at
the arms.
I am Rachel Indira at IAMRACHELINDIRA.
It's right here at the bottom of the screen in case
Yes.
you didn't catch all that. You can find me at JULIOATL_. Be right here at the bottom, along with where you can find all of us as a collective, the CO Show podcast, right here at the bottom. Make sure you click that button and follow us.
And I'm at the.co.show. Again, that's at the.co.show. We out.
We're out.